You don't want people to leave. You want everyone to be happy. You don't want to be that horrible boss. So you say yes to everything and it's hurting your business. And in this video, I'm going to tell you why and what you can do about it. Hello, my name's Jennifer. I'm the founder of Silk Helix and we help small businesses with all things HR, people management and leadership. We need rules and boundaries. They are absolutely crucial to running a business. If you don't and you say yes to everything, you end up resenting people, you end up burnt out, and people take advantage, or at least you feel taken advantage of, because you're letting people get away with whatever it is they want. When we play a game, let's say a board game, or we're involved in sport, there's rules to those games. And there's a reason there's rules to those games. It's because then everybody knows where they stand. Everybody knows what feels fair, how we should be treated, what the consequences are if we break those rules. And that's what we need in business and actually in life. Boundaries are just that. They're about inviting people to play. They're about inviting people to be a part of our business. Because when we've got those boundaries, what we're saying is, this is what we expect. This is what will happen if you don't meet those expectations. And you give people the opportunity to say, yeah, okay, I'm happy with those expectations. I want to be part of your business. Or actually, no, that doesn't suit me. I'm going to go and find something else. And that's absolutely fine, because you want the people who are not happy with that, who don't want to work within your boundaries, to go elsewhere. Ultimately, the survival and the thriving of your business needs this. And the only people that are unhappy by the boundaries that you set are those that benefit from you not having them. And yes, if you're putting these in new and you're starting a process of putting boundaries in when previously you've said yes to everything, or you're changing the boundaries, it's going to upset some people, because some people are advantaged by the previous. They are not going to want the new. That's fine. They can go and work out what they want to do, but they need to understand what the new boundary is and what the consequence is of them not fitting within that boundary. And that's where having rules, policies in place and written down is really important as an employer. Having employment contracts, having your policies in place, so important. And quite often we use this process of updating employment contracts as a way of kind of resetting the rules, resetting the boundaries. And it can create management problems because people are not happy with the new boundaries and new rules. That's okay if it's right for the business and we're not being draconian or unreasonable. There's no need for that. There's no need for knee-jerk draconian rules. That's not going to help your business, but ones that are reasonable. For example, if the busiest time in your business is the 2-week run up to Christmas and you put a rule in place that says we will not authorize holiday in the 2 weeks prior to Christmas, that is a perfectly reasonable rule for you to be able to deliver what your business needs to be delivering. In some circumstances, rules that says we will shut down on these weeks of the year and that's when you take your holiday will also be reasonable. In others, that won't be reasonable. People won't like it. They won't want to come and work for you because nobody else is doing that, and they can easily get the flexibility elsewhere. So it's about having reasonable rules, but you do need them. You need them written down. You need them in either the form of employment contracts or policies. Quite often policies are best for rules around the operations of the business, because then you can change them and update them as you need to with the business. But take advice on that, because there's a whole lot more detail I could be going into on that. Subscribe and you will see weekly videos with all of the things around employment law, the challenges that we face, the complexities of it, or get in touch. There's contact details in the description below. Another way of managing and enforcing rules is using HR software. We use Breathe HR, for example, to manage holidays, ensuring that people don't go over their entitlements. It's really clear to them what their entitlements are, what they've taken, what they've still got left to take. All of that information is available to them. They can see whether other people are off on holiday before they put in a request, so they can make good judgments about whether the request is likely to be accepted. And that helps you to enforce the rules around things like holiday and makes life around managing people so much easier. Ultimately, it comes down to the way that you manage people and the way that you set your expectations of them, making sure your expectations are reasonable and that you feedback, you follow up, you review, you show value and recognition to them. And when you're doing all those things, people will respect your boundaries. I've got a course on performance management, and it might sound that that's not quite what we're looking at here, but it really is. It is about how do we set those expectations? How do we set that across the organisation in terms of your rules, your boundaries, as well as performance expectations? How do we follow up with those? How do we have conversations about it? How do we tell people when they're falling short? And everything that you need to know about how to do that is available in my performance management course. Again, link in the description below. There's also a QR code on screen if you want to go straight to it now. And of course, keep up to date by simply subscribing to my channel.